Stock market looking to open positive in about 15 minutes with the opening bell this morning as tensions in Iran continue. We got a message from President Trump on Truth Social about an hour and a half ago saying that the U.S. is in serious discussions with a new and more reasonable regime to end our military operations in Iran. He goes on to say great progress has been made, but if for any reason a deal is not shortly reached, which it probably will be, and if the Hormuz Strait is not immediately open for business, we will conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, and possibly all desalinization plants, which we have purposely not yet touched. The president goes on to finish, this will be in retribution for our many soldiers and others that Iran has butchered and killed over the regime's 47-year reign of terror. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All this comes as Pakistan has now said it is prepared to host any talks between the U.S. and Iran in the coming days. Let's get more now from Ivan Watson.
Diplomats from Egypt, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and the host country Pakistan emerged from crisis talks around the Iran war. They left their Pakistani host to do the talking. He said that all of these officials were in agreement that the ongoing U.S.-Israel-Iran war will only lead to death and destruction. They want it to come to an end. He says he briefed his counterparts, this is the Pakistani foreign minister,
thanks for having me,
on the possibility of U.S.-Iran talks here in the Pakistani capital. Here's what more he had to say about that.
Pakistan is very happy that both Iran and the U.S. have expressed their confidence in Pakistan to facilitate the talks. Pakistan will be honored to host and facilitate meaningful talks between the two sides in coming days for a comprehensive and lasting settlement of the ongoing conflict.
Now, this isn't the first time we've heard about the possibility of some kind of peace talks here. Two senior Trump administration officials told CNN last week that talks could actually be held here in Islamabad as early as the weekend. That, of course, that clearly is not taking place. And it is important, it is going to be important now to look at the signaling that is coming out of Tehran and out of Washington, while keeping in mind that both of these governments are in an active, deadly war against each other, a war that has claimed thousands of lives over the course of the past month, which has cost economies in the region billions of dollars a day, and which is expanding. That said, there does seem to be some kind of diplomatic initiative underway, and the Pakistani foreign minister said that he's spoken with his Chinese counterpart, who he says has given China's blessing, Beijing's blessing for this diplomatic initiative. The diplomats that were gathered here are trying to prevent further expansion of this destructive conflict, a conflict that has grown over the course of the weekend to include Yemen getting into the fray, announcing that it had launched missiles on Saturday against Israel for the first time in this round of hostilities, and as the U.S. has announced that it has sent thousands of Marines and sailors to the region, raising the prospect of a possible U.S. ground offensive against Iran. Ivan Watson, CNN, Islamabad.